Neutrinos have a multi-step development process. The first thing we do is brainstorm ideas to solve the problems which we face that day. During this brainstorming stage, we entertain all ideas. And then what we do is evaluate these ideas, and we go around and vote for which ideas seem best. And we take the top 3 ideas, for example, and then we make prototypes of them. And these prototypes are both physical and through software. So first we make physical prototypes with cardboard, Legos, plexiglass, and we also CAD our prototypes to see how they'll fit on the robot. Then we determine which one of these systems is the best, and we actually put it on the robot. But if our development process ended there, then we'd have the perfect robot and we'd already be done for the season. But the problem is that even with these prototypes, even after testing, on the field we faced problems. And then we go back and we develop new systems to fix those problems we see on the field.
In terms of the design of our robot, it's geared 3-2 for speed, which allows for maneuverability throughout the field. We also use timing belts, which we found were more reliable than gears and sprockets. We also use an active-robotics template for our robot, which allows for more robustness, and we found it to be more stronger than the Tetric parts that we previously used. We have 2 industrial design elements that we like to bring out. We have a debris collection system, which is done with a 2 level of sweepers and picks up both balls and blocks and deposit it into our block leader. We have a linear lift, which lifts the debris and is string continuously. And after calculating the moment arm, we were able to fully utilize the lift and to reach the high goal. Lastly, we have our block leader, which we deploy the debris with a tilt and hinge mechanism, which can score on either side. This mechanism also allows us to knock down the climbers. In terms of the sensors on our robot, we have a touch sensor and a color sensor, as well as a gyroscopic sensor. We have the touch sensor positions the robot in autonomous to the rescue beacon and knocks the climbers in as well. We also use a color sensor to hit the appropriate color in autonomous. Lastly, the gyro sensor allows us to make perfect and accurate turns in autonomous.
This victory is one that can be won without a battle. That's kind of been our strategy for this FTC season. We were like, we gotta get everything down at the beginning so that our strategy will carry us through the entire season. At the beginning, it's very unlikely that we're going to be able to do everything. So like our priority is going to be scoring not in the bottom goal, in the lower goal, but in the middle and the tall one. So like, all right, there's a few things we have to keep in mind. Like we have to be able to at least climb towards the first churro and be able to maintain a position there. And we have to have a lift that extends up to score. And so those were the things we focused on.
Communication has been a crucial part of our success thus far. We make sure to communicate well with each other by listening to everyone's ideas. Every week we have a Wednesday night webinar in which we talk about the status of our team and address any developments that have happened since last practice. And before every practice, we make sure that we brainstorm a list of tasks in order to use our time well. We also communicate with our surrounding community and the engineering community in order to spread the message of FIRST. We also use several social media platforms.
Our outreach consists of mentoring FLL and FTC teams. Currently, we mentor both Super 7 and Team Rise. We've also gone and talked to a Boy Scout troop in Lakeland. We also communicate with the engineering community. One of our mentors is an engineer for Atkins.
We realize the importance of funding in our endeavors. Our team requires each member to complete 5 sponsorship requests per month so that we can keep getting support for our team. Some of our long-term sponsors include Atkins, Waco Collins, and Lockheed Martin. Thank you, sponsors.